On the days where the pesticides would be distributed across the fields, the air would always smell a little funky, and my dad would be like, "Oh, that's just an airplane, there's nothing to worry about." I grew up in a border city in South Texas. In high school, there would be a lot of pesticides that would be dumped that we would smell on our way to the high school or to our schools, and we would just say like, "Oh, they're dumping their pesticides today," not really understanding how that could be linked to the increasing number of inhalers in our communities, or how the factories that were located in different areas impacted the quality of water that was located there. And it wasn't until I was able to talk to different individuals here at my university that I understood just how impacted or how affected that my community was when it came to environmental issues. I asked myself why my community wasn't talking about it if it was so evidently impacting our daily lives. And it's hard to talk about something that is silently hurting you when there are things that are visibly hurting you at this moment, when it's hard to put food on the table. Our families are being relocated because these infrastructures that we didn't vote for are coming into our communities. We're not able to go to City Hall because it's 15-20 minutes away from where we live. And those 15-20 minutes of gas would be needed to make sure we were able to go to work the next day. And it's hard when you're living in food deserts and have to decide whether or not you're able to go to a City Hall meeting or make it to the grocery store, when you would only be able to make it once or twice a month. And it's also hard to advocate and want to make yourself visible when you live in mixed status households where your parents may be undocumented but you have citizenship, or you may have DACA or TPS or something, but someone else in your family may not. It gets increasingly difficult when you start layering all these different injustices and challenges to a household and to a community to advocate for change. There's so many different injustices that are happening in these communities that it makes it hard to add on care about the environment. It's hard to add on to that because it becomes suffocating just how many challenges there are for these communities. For climate leaders, something I would urge for them to do is keep that in mind. Keep in mind the intersectionality between the environment and health, the environment and workers' rights. Because at the end of the day, what my family is focused on is not about what's going to hurt us in 2030, in 2050. It's what's affecting us today. It's what's going to affect them tomorrow, not 10 years from now.